Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beverly. I do things planner related. If you're new here, welcome to the hot mess. So this morning, I was just fiddle-faddling in my planner. I thought I'd turn on the camera. I am going to work late because my mom has a physical therapy appointment and I want to be here for like that first appointment when they come so I can ask some questions. So I thought I'd just get some things done in my planner, and I thought I'd turn on the camera for that. There's a couple of things people have asked that I wanted to talk about. And yeah, so if that sounds good to you, stick around for a little bit. I'm also going to discuss how my planner is working, and it seems to be working. She's still thick, but I think this is about it. Have I added anything? No, I don't think so. But she was laying flat. I did clean her out, but I might have added a few things back. Okay, so, well, a few different things. So a couple of things I added is this tracker here. I've been having some CGM problems, which is my continuous glucose monitor. I'm going to backfill it a little bit because I do have that information. I was keeping it. But I want to kind of put it on some pages or on a tracker. And then I can email the company and saying this is what I've been seeing. This has been the issue. So, I had to get a new one because it said bad sensor and made me change it. And it was a couple of days early, or a day or two early. And when you only get so many in such a short amount of time or in a time frame, if they end a day or two early, that can add up and you can be short. And so I want to, address those. Yeah, so I just sent one back that didn't even last the day. It said bad sensor. I had to send it in. And those they take back and send you a new one. But these, I'm just trying to keep track of that. I was going to go with this because I had a little more room to write. But I decided not to. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I printed it out and I want to do something with it. I'm just not sure what yet. My lists are pretty much the same. I did add a writing books. I want to start reading these. Planner to buy. I want to put stuff here because I really don't want to be buying planner stuff, and I don't need any more covers. I need to destash some covers, so let me make a list for that. This is gift card and tickets that I have because I forget about them. I have a bunch of free movie tickets because my husband gets them through his work. He gets so many per quarter or month or something, and we just haven't been using them, and I need to use them. Some gift cards I got. Budget to-dos, things I want to do around my budget. So some budget things I want to do. Let me put here. I wanted to... what did I say I wanted to do? See, this is part of my problem, my brain. Books to write, planner to buy, tickets. Anyways, I will watch this video, figure out what I said, and make that list. I'm telling you, that's how bad it is. That's how my brain is working. Anyway. Some notes I was taking on budgeting, some tarot I did. I have this real problem where I only like to write on certain paper for certain things due to its level of preciousness to me. I don't know if that's a thing. Like this is Mead paper and this Kokuyo paper that was sent to me. I don't mind writing lists in it that I can just tear out. This Dollar Tree checklist paper, it comes in a long thing and I just cut it and punch it in here. This is really great for like lists I know that are only going to like last a minute or, you know, a week at the most. And I like to make like, this was, I had a Walmart list in here. I like to put my grocery lists on here. If we're going somewhere, I had like an IKEA list. Stuff that I know that's going to be really quick in and out, and I can just rip it out. I use these like a lot because this was $1.25, and I have a couple of more of these that I can use. So I don't like hoard it or think it's special. I don't know why my brain does that, but that is a thing for me. This, I need to go back and backfill. I need to update yearly overview. So I made this one based off my last one from last year. This has been an ask, and this is my archive. I don't, like last year, I didn't keep any of my weeks or dailies. I just kept the months. I kept some memory stuff, and then that's it. My book stuff, my leave info in case I needed it, my book printouts, that kind of thing, and on-scale victories. But this year, I have been keeping my months, weeks, and dailies. And I've been kind of having fun flipping through it. It's a really nice, I didn't think I would, but it's a really nice flipping experience to kind of go through and see how things have evolved. Like this Tomo River paper that I found that's gridded, it's my absolute favorite. I want to find alternatives, but then again, I do not, because it's, like I said, I have problems writing things on certain things. Like this was Sterling ink book that I bought last year that I finally used the last of. But this is the new Tomo River paper that's gridded, and it's 5mm grid, and I love it. It's the same GSM as the Stalogy paper, but I don't know what the difference is, but the smoothness of it is just, I can't, it's just my favorite. But anyway, right now I have it in an old B6, and I know this isn't going to last, so I need to figure something else out. I could probably do another one of these and do like half a year and half a year, but I don't want to waste like rings for that. So I know Watch Back a Plan has an archiving system that she had found, so I think I'm going to watch that and see how that went. And then she got it from somebody else that she tagged, so I'll go in and watch hers too. They made some like booklets with laminate and cardboard, or some pretty cardstock paper, and then got some thick booklets. But then I know like Main Mama Plans, Deanna over at Main Mama Plans, she just uses the Franklin Cubby thing, the Franklin Cubby insert archive, and I think that's probably what I'll end up with, just because I can buy it and it's cheap. And they're not horribly expensive, and I don't have to I don't have to make anything, I don't have to do anything, I don't have to, anyway. I keep ephemera stuck in here. Like this is from last year. It was like my cousin's graduation, our carnival port ticket. There's a obituary kind of thing from a funeral we went to, like the handout they give you or whatever. Some of my granddaughter's school things that have her picture on it. These are So in the last year, I've accomplished a couple of things at work. So one, I changed grades, which is a big deal. You have to do a lot of projects. You have to do a lot of research, that kind of thing. So I changed grades. That was a big deal. So I printed out like my check before and my check after to kind of show. And then I got my certification this year, which bumped me up also. So I kind of went for, printed out that one too, where I got my raise and everything and my bonus. And that seems materialistic, but that's things I worked really hard for. And it's not so much about the money and the paycheck, but that's how they show it. That's how it's presented. So I printed those off and put in here just to have them. But yeah, this is my archive system, and I need to figure something out, I guess. I'm gonna look into that. So, archive system. Another thing Deanna over at Main Mama Plans does, I know she uses one of those Franklin Covey things to keep extra inserts, and I think I may buy one just for extra inserts and paper, because I have like inserts in this one, paper in this one, like these are blank, like Moterm inserts, like extra lined pages, Filofax pages, things like that. I think I want some way to keep all of that together too and not have to use my planner, just because they end up getting bent and things. So I think I might end up buying two of them, one for archive and one for just to keep blank inserts in. Because this only holds a few of my inserts. I have some more, and I would like to keep them all together. Yeah. So I may be dealing with that. I told you it's a hodgepodge of a video, but yeah, so I think I've kind of figured out work. I think I'm still going to keep all of that the same. This is like my steps, just to check off. My line a day is working out great. I'm telling you, it's the one thing I've been consistent at. The one thing. So I'm going to be really happy when I get to the end of the year and I can show like the one thing. Turn this around. I'm going to be really excited about that. So anyway, this does fine. My to-do list is fine. This is going to be June. I need to start planning June. That's what I need to put that on my thing. I need to plan June. Oh, and for June, I need to set up a quarter. Is it 3? Yeah, because it's 4th quarter fiscal year. Okay, yeah. So that'll be July, August, September. Damn. We're halfway through the year. Okay. My weekly, this is fine. I I did end up putting this here so that I can keep track of my weekly spending. It's not in the back, it's right here, so I can jot down any weekly spending that I do, cash spending on my Cash App. And then I have the rest of the weeks through June. I'll stuck those in here because I was looking for them because I wanted to, I think I may end up just sticking with these. Probably will be a thing. I'll just end up sticking with these because honestly they work and I already have them. And there's really not a box it's not checking that I can think of. Yeah. Enchiladas, leftovers, what'd I say? Philly cheesesteaks. Hamburger helper. And my husband wants loose meat sandwiches. Zone and declutter. I need to do the pantry this week because it's a mess. I kind of did it this weekend, but I need to finish it. I did our laundry room. I need to hang the mop. I have a robotic mop. I need to hang it and get it off the floor. I've done the living room lately. Pantry, laundry room. Went through all of our drawers pretty much. I never did do my office. And I'm gonna do a cover de-stash. That's what I was gonna make, a de-stash list. I haven't wanted to let go of some of my covers, but I'm honestly not using them, and I have a real problem with just things sitting on my shelf. I feel like if I'm not using them, I need to let them go. I can always get them again, but I need to get rid of some of them. I just have too many. That seems to be my week. I'm just gonna put list here because I need to get a list together. And that seems to be my week. Let me put, I put FMLA until 11. Oh, damn, I'm gonna miss the leadership meeting. I'm so sad. Not really. Okay, oops. That's me. Okay. Like I said, the days worked out great. I have one day for overview. I have one day for work. And that seems to be working out. Like I said, whatever works for you, right? So this is my budget section, and I'm not going to go into numbers, but I wanted to kind of give an overview. People have asked kind of how I've been doing things. Let me see if I can do this without showing every single thing. I'm just covering some stuff up. It's not that I care a whole bunch, but like, I don't need everything out on the internet. And I know there are some people that like share their whole thing. That's fine. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. Okay. So this is kind of how my budget's been working. So I have a few things, like this is a quote I tell myself: a budget tells your money where to go. It's not tracking where your money went. Because I need the differentiation. This was like off a video that I watched. Freedom Rules, No New Debt, Know Your Debt, Sell or Return anything that you can, decrease any percentage rates that you can, increase your income however you can, decrease expenses however you can, and then attack it with the like snowball avalanche or both, and somebody else can explain those. You can go look up Dave Ramsey. He talks about it in depth. This is the budget mom, kind of her things. Find your why, prioritize your goals, have a short-term, mid-term, and long-term goal. Bring in awareness, basically know your debt. Use a budget calendar. Have a realistic budget. Use cash envelopes. I have different mixed feelings on that, but, you know, whatever. Plan of attack. Maximize retirement, and then long-term goals. These are kind of things that I know are sinking funds for me. Sinking funds are things that you plan for ahead of time, and you put a little bit in every month or week or however you budget, whatever. And then, so things I want to put money into, like a savings account for like my dog's heartworm meds. They're expensive. Birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, yearly vets, kids' clothes, travel, vehicle maintenance, Christmas, because that's different than holidays. These are little holidays. This is a big holiday. Annual memberships, tags for our cars and boats, boat maintenance. There's a couple more things I need to add. I thought I did. Maybe I did it in my Franklin Covey compact. Anywho, I need to add a couple of more things, but what I do is I take my average bills, I divide it by 4, that gives me A amount. Sinking funds, divided by 52, that gives me a B amount. Yearly or quarterly annual memberships, whatever, divided by 52, that gives me C amount. Month budget categories, so I get to spend $200 on, you know, groceries a month. That's unrealistic. That's probably per week or whatever, but whatever you have set for your monthly categories, divided by 4 equals D amount. So I add up A, B, C, D per week. That equals E. So whatever I make weekly minus E whatever I have left is considered debt payoff. Hope that made sense. If not, take a screenshot. And that's how I do it. It's pretty simple. It sounds complicated, but it's really, it's not. This is the most simple budgeting thing that I could find. You also get, when you divide your average bills by 4, you also get, in your monthly budget category by 4, you also get an extra paycheck, because a quarter tells you it's 12 weeks, but it's actually 13 weeks. You actually get an extra paycheck in there. Sometimes it's my paycheck, sometimes it's my husband's paycheck, just depends on how it falls. But that paycheck also goes to debt payoff, but that's not like, this is the things I need to worry about weekly. But anyway, short-term goals: become consumer debt-free, credit card debt-free, start an emergency fund that are 3 times my monthly bills, start a solid budgeting routine, understand our relationship with money, and take on no new debt. That was my short 1 to 3 year budget goals. I know what my mid and long term are. Let me put some stickies here. I pretty much know what I want to do like 3 to 7 years out, but I need to like write them down. And they say have a vision board for each one, but I haven't had time for that. Load and no buy. No planner stuff, no clothes. I have enough clothes. I have enough planner stuff. No books. I have a long TBR, and I have Kindle Unlimited, and I'm thinking of actually canceling my Kindle Unlimited and my Audible because I'm not using them. I need to read what I've already purchased. Exceptions. Replace most used, so things I use over and over again. So like my ink pen refills, I absolutely will replace these. My highlighters that I use consistently and constantly are these Right Tech retractable ones. When they dry up or get used up, I will definitely be replacing these because I love them. So I'm not going to deny myself things like that, but like I don't need extra shit. Sorry, my alarm went off. So I did buy myself an extra multi-pen. I tried the big one. I went cheap and I liked it. And the other one I got is a gel pen, and it's only like $5 or $6. So I'm okay with that, but I need something at work that can distinguish between to-dos and notes. I think that was one of my problems too. So I need I was using like red or blue for to-dos and then black for like notes. So I need things to pop at work. And if I can use it just at work, that'll be great. It'll last me a while. These are my budget categories. So each budget category, I broke things down, our spending, into really, really minute budget categories. I've used Dave Ramsey's like every dollar for years. And then now I'm in Rocket Mortgage because Dave Ramsey doesn't work with our bank anymore. I don't know why. So I can go in there and like budget. Our bank is fed into there, and then you can like make budgets and like break things down so you can know exactly where your money's went. And that's really helpful. And this just tells me what the budget category is and then what's in it. So for like all gas for daily use, education, school, books, supplies, things like that. Disney, anything with that trip. So dinner, clothes, experiences, hotels, gas, all go under there. Home items versus home and garden. So flowers, outside stuff is home and garden. Home items is like house filters, organization, deco, and then not deco, I crossed that out. Filters, organization, anything that I have to, I'm going to say maintenance stuff. And then home upgrades is any construction we do, home improvements, deco, that kind of thing. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a difference. Laundry is detergent, softener, bleach, sheets, dryer sheets, I should say. These are like bedding, can go into home items, kitchen stuff. So if I had to buy a new spatula or something, that all goes into home items. Okay. Daily, I need to do my daily spending, break down any big purchases I make. Like if I go to Walmart and drop a couple $100, I need to break that up into categories. Catch up my check registry, transfer anything into individual budgets, and I'll show you that. And then track my bills or anything that come out that day. Then weekly, I do my cash budget. So I have a cash card, so I just transfer my cash to my cash card and my husband's cash card, and then we don't use our debit cards for the week. Bills for the week, clean up my app, spending app. Last week's cash app or cash card stuff, you know, like go in and account for all of that money, because in the app, it just shows like a cash transfer. So I go in and I take that cash transfer and I break it down into categories on whatever I spent that week. And then any sinking funds, I transfer money over to my other cash card for any sinking funds. I have 2 cash cards, one for daily spending stuff, groceries, things like that. And then my sinking funds go into a different cash card. Month, clean up my app, make sure I have my monthly bills, track them, look at them, catch up my tracker, bill averages. So there are some bills that go up and down. I just adjust my budget for that and make sure that's still on thing. Plan any payoffs I have for the month. So if I'm paying off a credit card that month, what I need to do weekly to do that. Reconcile my budget from last week, and then set up my sinking funds for the next month. And then quarterly, I set up my bills a quarter at a time, so I know when they come out, what pay period. I break them down by pay period. And then I set up my budgets. I set up my sinking funds. I put in new check registry stuff. I update any of my... Sorry, my alarm. It's telling me to get up and get dressed because my mom's PT will be here soon. So I... new check registries, update any of my debt, like what I've paid down, what our new balances are, and then pick bills to decrease. So I want to look every quarter at some kind of bill I can get rid of, decrease, whatever. And then, so I want to decrease our car insurance, maybe do some debt consolidation with my student loans and the few credit cards we have. Get rid of some subscriptions, no extra fees, make sure we're not paying things like DoorDash fees and like card fees or things like that. Decrease any interest I can, and decrease our internet bill if I can. I don't know. There's so many people in this house. I need really good internet, and we live in a small town, so it's very limited in what we can get. I have a couple of extra things of pages in here in case I want to go through it. This is my no-buy tracker. I have not been keeping up with it. I'm going to be honest. It is what it is. I will try again in June. Luckily, I was supposed to keep track of anything I spent. I guess I could backfill it. But then I was going to journal about what was happening, but I didn't. These are my bills broke down by quarter. They're or by paycheck for the quarter. I was thinking of taking my bills and instead of breaking them down by paycheck, putting them in here and then writing the amount of each month. So then I have a year overview. And I think I'm going to do that. I just have to backfill it. My budget overview, these are for my cash spending. So if I have a big spending, it'll be like Walmart. I'll put in the categories that I spent and how much I spent. And then so that and then how much is remaining on my cash card, so that I can go in and take that and put it in my app. And then my app gives me a big overview. And then this is my check registry. I just keep a running check registry. I put in some new ones because the other ones got full, so these are the new ones. And then I have some budgets. So personal, planner stuff, groceries, which is a big budget for us, clothing, and then I was going to add a couple of more budgets. I just haven't, I'm going to be honest. So this is me trying to get it together before June. In June, I'm really going to dive in here, and this is going to be big. So I'm excited. Like I said, my brain has brain has problems doing different things on different paper. This is Stalogy paper just to have like for journaling. I like to journal on Stalogy paper. This, I like to write out like lists of things. I don't know. My brain's a little weird. This, I was just making notes for different meetings at work, and I went back to that, trying to not have a 6-page daily with this very nice Toma River paper, even though it was working. I can just make notes here and then take all the notes, transfer it into to-dos. I'm trying to be more mindful of what I'm spending, and that Toma River paper is expensive. This is my adulting list. I've had this forever. It still works the same. These are the zones I really need to work on. What I'm doing now is decluttering. Zoning is like deep cleaning, and I do need to do that, but I was kind of waiting to see. I think Mom will probably go home sometime in June. I'm pretty sure. So maybe after she leaves, then I can like really clean the house. And it's just, and not that I still don't have a bunch of other people here and a bunch of dogs, but one extra person, it makes a difference. Okay, 15-minute meals. I look at that for different healthy snacks. I actually used this when I went to work, or went to the grocery store this weekend. This is all my Peanuts Planner Co. inserts that I buy, and $2 Tuesday's coming, so I might buy a couple of things. Who knows? I know I'm supposed to be on a no buy, supposed to be on a low buy, but you know, some things that sometimes I just don't care, and you know, whatever. Sorry. My personal overview, and then my reference stuff. So that's been pretty good. Like I said, I had some cash in here. My, some receipts. And then, I punched this. This is my work weekly agenda. I trimmed it up, punched it, and put it in here. I think I'm just going to leave it in here. I'm going to figure out a different way to do it, but I think if I print it on like half letter, I can kind of turn it and fold it. Anyway, I was thinking of doing that. So that's my work. So that's kind of been my planner. That's kind of been a talk through. These are kind of the things I need to do. Yeah, so that's kind of a flip through of how things are going. Archive suggestions, always need those. And then budget suggestions. How do you keep your budget? And no, I will not go to a separate planner, so it has to go through, it has to fit in here. I cannot manage more things. My brain doesn't do that. I've said that over and over again, and people are like, well, try to do like dailies in a notebook. I have. It doesn't work out. So I have to keep everything in one. My brain just does not, it rejects it completely. All right, so if you have any questions, put them below. I got crap to do, so I can go to work as soon as Mom's appointment is over. And yeah, until next time, y'all. Bye.